We are the Claires.
And welcome to this very special video on World Photography Day.
And we have an incredible show lined up for you.
We do. Today we're doing something a little bit different. It's called PechaKucha.
Yes, PechaKucha in Japanese means chit-chat. It means show more, talk less.
It does. And what that means in theory is that we have a photographer who will join us very shortly, and he has 20 images, and he can only talk about each image for 20 seconds.
It's going to be a challenge, and we are really looking forward to it. Now, who is up for the challenge? Well, we have OM Ambassador Andrew Fusek Peters. Andrew.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I'm so excited for this. Andrew, tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am actually probably the tallest photographer in the UK because I'm at 6'8". It's very useful information. I know you wanted to know that. I'm a wildlife photographer. I also do landscape. I went into OM Olympus about 5 years ago. I've never looked back. I work for the media, and I'm happy when I'm photographing wildlife. It's a spiritual thing for me.
Fantastic. And Andrew, have you ever done anything like this before?
Absolutely not. It's bonkers, but let's just do it.
Well, we thought of all the ambassadors we have and someone that can tell stories and unique storytelling the way you are. We thought you were the perfect match.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult, but I'll give it my best shot.
Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to pop up a screen. We will have a 20-second timer start on the clock. And when this ends, your images will start appearing. They will go from one to the other. You'll have 20 seconds for each image. Claire and I will stay silent, or we'll try. Are you ready?
Good luck.
5. Let's go.
This is one of the first photos I took with Olympus back in 2018. Silent shutter and me hidden in a hide on the lawn. IBIS enabling me to shoot 300mm f4 at 100th of a second. Remarkably good high ISO, and one of the first times in the world that a hare has been captured suckling its leveret. Baby hares are called leverets, and their job is to stay still in the long grass all day until mum comes to feed at dusk. With sensitivity, I was able to approach close and use the remarkable 150-400 to get the eye. You can even see a tree reflected in the eye. OM1 RAW files are a delight to work with. As Mummy Wren was coming in to feed her babies in the nest, I studied her behavior and saw that she always entered the bush where the nest was hidden by landing on a small branch. I used a remote control and trusted the bird tracking on my OM1 to capture this intimate portrait of grubs and beak and new life beginning. Olympus telephoto lenses, including the incredibly sharp 40-150, have an extraordinarily close minimum focus distance, which meant I could capture a pair of roosting black darter dragonflies and the setting sun in the same shot on the Longman Nature Reserve. This later made the front cover of the Guardian newspaper. For 25 years, I dreamt of catching Aurora Borealis in Shropshire, where I love, and when my app told me it was all kicking off, I drove like a maniac up the Longmynd Nature Reserve to one of the high bog pools where Starry AF nailed the focus, and I got the perfect reflection, which later featured in the BBC News. After my recent book Butterfly Safari came out, I was keen to keep working on flight shots and stretching Pro Capture to the limit to use the OM1's 120 frame per second burst feature to capture this holly blue taking off at Llanymynech Rocks in Wales, a glory of blue in a green backdrop. Just look at that. After my Pro Capture has been my constant tool on my journey to capture those moments when birds flare and fight, and of all our garden birds, it's the goldfinch I love for its vibrancy and squabbling. It was known in Shropshire as the 7-coloured limit, or my lady with the 7 flounces. Here is what Pro Capture can do, freezing time. With super telephotos from other brands, a 2x extender is often the last choice, as resulting images can be soft through diffraction. But in this case, adding to the peerless 300mm f4, the result was sharp and vibrant, and the reach meant I could get close in without disturbing this beautiful pair of barn owls. One of the highlights of my book Butterfly Safari was capturing this wide-angle flight sequence of the very rare Glanville fritillary on the Isle of Wight. OM System Kit is deeply tuned to the outdoors and keeps enabling me to experience the spirit of nature and capture its glorious beauty in new and creative ways. This featured in the Saturday Guardian. The new OM90 delivers on so many levels, in this case with the 1.4 extender, a focus bracket of 80 images of green veined white covered in dew at dawn. The detail this lens extracts from subjects is incredible. Do look out for my upcoming long-term review of this lens in Amateur Photographer. It really is the sharpest macro lens I've ever shot with. Look, in the cold weather, us humans can often see our frosty breath in the morning. But to catch a chaffinch breathing mist on a cold morning is a rare and wondrous moment, as ever helped, of course, by Pro Capture to get that precise moment as the mist rises from the beak of this beautiful bird. I've been spending way too much time with this orange-tipped butterfly pupa and did not want to miss the moment it emerged. The inbuilt intervalometer on the OM1 meant I could set my camera to take a photo every 3 seconds. So when I went out shopping and came back, there was magic on my memory card, a new life bursting out. I finally caught the moment. My neighbour's log shed was the perfect spot for this pair of blackbirds to rear its young family. Using the bird tracking on my OM1, I was glad the focus was on the chicks to create a sense of hungry drama as mum swooped in through the wooden slats to feed her young. As ever, ISO 5000 was not an issue and the image cleaned up beautifully. The in-camera focus stacking of the OM1 paired with the new 90mm macro can even work handheld, with the superb ibis counteracting my middle-aged shaky hands. This pearl-bordered fritillary was very obliging, and the detail the lens extracted from this stack is extraordinary. I've been working with Natural England on this ultra-rare large heath butterfly at Wixell Moss, Shropshire, UK. It was a career highlight to get the first ever shots in the world of this butterfly in flight. Once again, 120 frames per second burst with Pro Capture meant my OM1 was the perfect companion. This photo of a barn swallow diving through a barn door to feed its young was my most popular ever post on social media. I love the way Pro Capture captures moments that are a blur to our very slow human eyes. And I also love the streamlining as this bird pulls its wings to slip through the hole. Pure magic. In a local barn with very little light, the swallows were going in and out to feed their young. In order to freeze motion, I had to set a high shutter speed, which in this instance gave me an ISO of 20,000. Yes, I kid you not. OM System can continue working at crazy ISO. Once again, the system feels like it's there on my side. The female chaffinch was sitting on her nest, and with care not to disturb her, I was able to get close in with my 90mm macro to reveal the glory of nature and the stunning detail of her eye. I looked at the bird, and the bird looked back at me. Such intimacy is so rare in nature. The Stiperstones Ridge and a rock formation called Manstone Rock is the perfect place to capture the moon a couple of days before it's full. So there is some light in the rocks as it rises before sunset. My 150-400 was perfect, and the dynamic range and the raw files enabled me to show detail in both the moon and the foreground. One of the most exciting moments of my career finding kingfisher in the local Clun River. I spent 3 days studying and photographing this male to work out where he liked to dip, and was himself after fetching fish for the young further upstream. He dived in a different spot each time, so to get this one in focus shot was a happy moment as he dipped deep into nature and I found the wild spirit that moved across the waters. Oh my God! Couldn't do it.
Well done.
Nearly.
Oh my God.
I don't think
Oh my God.
I didn't breathe for the
didn't
whole
breathe.
400 seconds. It was incredible.
Every
Well
picture.
done.
Oh,
Well done.
that was
Thank
fantastic.
How did
you.
you do that? Well
I
done.
don't know. It's a bit
That's
shaky,
fantastic.
but we got there.
400 seconds of pure joy.
Oh, I'm going to
Thank you
sleep
so
for 2
much.
days now.
And such great narrative. I loved all the stories behind them, and it's, how
you.
hard was that for you to fit that in?
It was a lot. It was like a squeeze box. You're trying to squeeze all that energy and because there's so much work that goes into every single one of those photos.
Yeah.
So I could spend half an hour talking about every single photo. But
and I think that's it,
a good
isn't it?
challenge.
With with the settings and the context and you literally could talk for ages about one. So squeezing it in for 20 seconds per image, amazing. I didn't breathe.
you.
I need a little
I kept wanting
breather.
to say, oh my God, what's going on? I was just like, no, sit quietly.
Fabulous storytelling, Andrew. Thank you
we
so
got
much.
there. We
well
got
done.
there.
Brilliant.
Well,
Okay.
everyone, we hope you've enjoyed Andrew's 20 images and talking about them for 20 seconds. It was fantastic.
It was. We loved it.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for joining us today.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, how amazing was that? Breathe.
It's on the edge of my seat.
Breathe. Breathe.
Such incredible images.
I loved it.
20
Absolutely
seconds.
loved it.
We hope you enjoyed Andrew's PechaKucha. We certainly did. And happy World Photography Day.
Happy World Photography Day, and it's goodbye from us.
See you soon.
Bye.